Hey everybody, it's your girl Angie. Welcome back to Kiss My Cheeks TV. There goes Luke and Angelo real quick. Let's jump right into the Real Housewives of Atlanta. This is going to be a quick review because nothing really went on. Nothing went on. I told you all it's going to be probably 4 to 6 weeks of this one trip in South Carolina. I guarantee you that's going to be the case. And y'all tricked us talking about for the next few weeks, we're going to go to explore Strippergate. No, we aren't. No, we aren't. We barely put our toe into South Carolina this episode, but let's move on. The episode opens with Drew and her husband walking around their neighborhood. Her husband got her little electric scooter. Cute, but not entertaining. I can go get on one of them downtown Memphis right now. Who cares? Drew is still dropping like little jokes and hints about the Tampa because I guess Ralph was complaining about, well, you got to go out of town with your girls. And she was like, well, at least I told you I'm going to the beach. I didn't just up and go to Tampa. And I'm like, bitch, stop talking about this Tampa thing because every time you drop a hint or a joke or play shade to it in a confessional, it just makes you look stupid. It just makes you look stupid. Like, I don't want to go back there, but your husband up and left the house for 3 days, said he was in Tampa. I don't believe it. Didn't answer none of your calls, none of your texts, and you could sit around and joke about it. That one lets me know he does this all the time, and this ain't nothing new to you, and it's cool. Obviously, it's cool because you put up with it. It just makes me lose respect a little bit because I'm like, to me, I wish my husband would. It wouldn't be a husband. Like, you cannot do that. And every time you just joke about it, I'm like, it just makes you look stupid, one. Or two, the storyline is fake and y'all on here acting for the cameras because a real wife isn't going to joke about stuff like that. Ha ha ha, at least I'm telling you. Like, no, every time I think about it, I'm cussing his ass out. But let's move on from that. I don't want to go back. I really wish you would just quit talking about Tampa. Really. Kenya and Toya, they meet up, have breakfast, a little low calorie breakfast because they want their body snatched for Tampa. Okay, whatever. Question, do you all give your girlfriends panties, even though they brand new, that don't fit anymore? That's not nothing I've done in any friend circle I've ever been in any stage of life. Not in my 20s, not in my 30s, not now in my 40s. Me and my friends don't ever exchange panties. And mind you, I understand, Kenya. I understand. I got a pair of panties. This is probably too much information. I probably bought these panties about 4 or 5 years ago from Victoria's Secret when my butt was a little bit smaller. And they are so sexy. But I can't squeeze my ass into them right now. But they still sitting in the back of my underwear drawer, kind of like gold panties, like for whenever I can squeeze my ass back into them. I want to flaunt them for my husband, you know. So I understand about having panties in your drawer that no longer fit. But we usually hold on to those, you know, as some gold panties. Like, one day we might be able to flaunt around in them one day. I ain't never thought, well, my friend, she 2 sizes smaller than me. Maybe she might want to wear these panties. Like, I don't know. Get in the comments. And I'm over the bisexual tease. Like, y'all go ahead and fuck already. Because here go Latoya. Oh, thank you. I can't wait to model these for you in wherever they went, South Carolina. And I'm like, I really don't like them two together. It annoys me. Drew calls, invites them to dinner. Latoya asked for an invitation to tag along, but then she didn't even show up. But we'll get there later. For whatever reason, this is the fake producers y'all showing y'all ass. Because why would Kenya, she does not even like Drew. Remember, she's a a straggler, a stray, you know, somebody from the pound. You don't even like Drew, so why would you tell Drew that you and Latoya, not even you and Cynthia, not you and Candy, but you and Latoya are going to South Carolina on a private jet, but then don't tell nobody else? This is a clear setup for Latoya to tell everybody else. Moving on, I want to get through these notes. Let's move on to Drew's dinner. It was a very nice event. I love the table setup. It looked beautiful. I love those little glass plates with everyone's name painted on them. That was a nice touch. Beautiful house. You moving. You needed to shoot a scene. I understand. Drew's hair in that scene, gorgeous. Gorgeous. All those thick coils down to the ass and the little knots in a ponytail going all the way down, and then just a huge fluff. I loved everything about that. That's something I would like, but that is something you probably look at my jewels standing straight up, sit down. That's something, or lay back. Like I'm probably gonna have to take these out in a few days. But moving on, I would rock that style, but it would have to be in a wig. That's not something I could wear, you know, for 2 weeks to my next appointment. But moving on, what's up with y'all doorbell? They couldn't hear that little ring for nothing. Moving on, everyone drops by, you know, one by one. Everyone looks good. Candy just walked in the house. I said, Candy, you just can't be walking in people's houses, you know. But I understand it was a production event. I'm sure producers were all up and was like, come on in, Candy. They ass can't hear you. Come on in. You know, something like that. Let's move on to the juicy part of these episodes because it wasn't that much. Portia drops the tea that Latoya was talking about her wig, because Portia was like, let me come in this house and check out her wig. I heard it was sliding. I heard it was nappy. I heard it wasn't no quality hair. She needs some go naked lengths, some bundles. And Portia was like, it ain't nothing wrong with her wig. Well, let me tell you what Latoya said about your wig. And I ain't lying because Candy and Cynthia was right there. She said it right, y'all. And they looking like, we don't want to be putting in this shit. I just feel like she ain't have a right to say it. She don't know you like that, you know. I'm telling you, they are grasping for straws. What did I title this episode? Bravo Pay NeNe. Y'all know I'm a NeNe fan, and I know a lot of y'all can't stand NeNe. And NeNe be on her fuck shit, I understand. But at least NeNe would come around and drop us a bloop. I said what I said. Your wig was sliding. I said what I said. You know, at least we could have some of that to entertain. Moving on. Somebody said something. I just wrote in my notes, Kenya's wig looked a fool. And because it seemed like she wanted to take up for Latoya, but Kenya, with your wig looking the way it looked in that scene, you need to not say nothing. Because I think Latoya shaded Kenya talking about, we ain't gonna say nothing about it. Ain't nothing wrong with a little piece. Look at Kenya's piece. Because you know Kenya love to say she don't wear no wigs. Girl, at least if you gonna wear you a wig, get you a good one. Moving on. What I say in my notes, Portia in her confessional. But she shaded Kenya because I guess she hugged Ralph. Ralph is a handsome guy, but all the bullshit he has portrayed in the first 6-7 episodes, watch that all the way for me. And Portia the producer was like, well, so how do you think Ralph looks? And she was like, that's Kenya's line. And then the very next clip was Kenya talking about how fine Ralph looked. That was hilarious. That was shady. Moving on. Somewhere in Drew confessional, she was talking about, what does Latoya do? She does YouTube. Is that a job? Girl, let me tell you, as a struggling actress, because we ain't really seen you do shit since T-Boss. I haven't. You know. As a struggling actress, you need to get up on game. I ain't making the coins on YouTube. Pretty much, I'm doing this for fun. Y'all go ahead and hit subscribe so I can get my subscribers up and make a little change off of YouTube. But it's people on YouTube. Yes, this is their job. They're living in houses bigger than yours. just sitting in front of YouTube. I've seen some YouTubers, because I watch a lot of beauty influencers, makeup. These chicks are living in mansions. And they getting all the makeup for free just to sit on YouTube and paint their face and tell you if the product is good or not. So, Drew, let me tell you, you need to go ahead and get you a YouTube channel. Okay, in between jobs. That's all I'm saying. Moving on. Kenya is shading Drew again, talking about she could wear a paper bag and look better than Drew any day of the week. Okay, yeah, Kenya, you can dress. And you might can put that paper bag on. But let me tell you one thing. At least Drew's ass won't be sagging out the bottom of her paper bag. Moving on. At the table, everyone asked Drew, if she could sing. Drew sings a little bit of Amazing Grace. Drew, you sound good. But why we have to flash back to Portia singing it? We ain't want to hear that. Okay. No. And then Portia told, let it be known I sang Amazing Grace first. You sang it first, and hopefully that was your last time singing it. Moving on. Kenya tells everybody they gotta meet at Candy's house to get on this bus. They call it a sprinter. And then Drew is dropping hints like, well, we gotta meet at Candy's. How you getting there? And Drew know damn well she getting on the jet. I'm telling you, this is all a production setup for us to have something to fight and argue over. I don't care anything about that. Let's get over to Candy's house. Portia shows up with Shamia, and Dennis done dropped them off, and they done went out to eat, and all the ladies want to know true tea. Like, what's going on? You just didn't want this fool at the wedding last episode, but now he could drop you off. So you don't have to pay your Uber. Portia and Dennis playing with us. They playing with us. I'm telling you, that ring gonna be back on her finger probably by the reunion. By the reunion, the ring is gonna be back on the finger. We see Kenya, what's the girl name? Toya, on their jet. It looked like one of them mini planes that drop water over the crops. A little duster. I can't afford it, so Angie, shut up. But I don't like little ass planes like that. I would have rather been on the bus, on the ground. You ain't gonna pay me. It looked like you and y'all, it looked like anybody could barely fit on there. But anyway, moving on. Mark is really pissed at you this season. I guess the divorce is finally gonna be real. Somebody on Twitter, and I retweeted it, said Kenya has been divorcing Mark since the day they got married. And I said, that is so true. That is so true. I can't wait for it to be over. Baby's Brooklyn's face was blurred. So I guess Brooklyn isn't allowed to appear on the show anymore. Kenya can't use Brooklyn's likeness in any of her hair care. Like, that's why you got to watch who you procreate with. You should have got to know this man before you hopped on the island and said I do and hopped in that clinic just to have you a baby. Okay? Because now that he's pissed at you, you have to go through him whenever you want to use Brooklyn's picture, because that's her father. Sorry for you, and not too sorry. Moving on. Kendi was in the house talking to Todd, and I guess that's when we figure out she the one who gonna bring the stripper. Okay, I ain't even have to know that. Kenya and them in the house assigning the rooms. I don't care. The house is gorgeous. I would love to go with a group of people in a house like that. Marlo got the smallest room. That wasn't a shocker to me. The only person I thought that shouldn't have the room that they have is LaToya. Like, who is LaToya? She doesn't even hold a peach. She barely is a friend of. The best thing she got going for her is talking about Drew's wig, and that is late and tired. So why is she in the second biggest room? That should have went to Candy, because you don't like Portia like that, but that definitely should have went to Candy. Moving on. Marlo in her hazmat suit, too much. Just for you to take it off 5 minutes into the trip. Like, stop with the corona jokes. Stop with the coronavirus jokes. We all see y'all asses. We know y'all filming in the middle of a pandemic. We know y'all get tested daily or weekly. Y'all taking the risk for your coins. We get it. We get it. Stop with the bullshit. Stop wearing that little ass face shield without a mask, because I feel like you're giving people misinformation. If you wear a face shield, you also have to wear a mask. Matter of fact, just wear the fucking mask. But let's move on. I'm happy to see Portia and Shamia and Candy all cool again. They did a little group hug, but not without shading Portia to remind us why they are no longer had a little hiccup in the road. Okay, they get on there and talk about what was up with Dennis, Portia's sex, and all this. I don't care. The one thing I learned from that is that Candy makes the girls sign NDAs when her and Todd do threesomes. That's smart, a boss move, because we know they do it, but we don't hear about it. We haven't heard a peep. Okay. Marlo finds out about the jet. I'm sure she's going to argue with Kenya about that next episode. And then we get to the, why can't you get to bring her baby and I couldn't have brought my baby? I cried all this morning. And I'm like, girl, you ain't cried when you was out there protesting. You done left PJ at home several times this season alone. Stop it, Portia. I understand missing your baby, but leave that plot line in Potomac. We've already seen that. I don't want to hear nothing else about it next week. I'm telling you, like I said before, I wouldn't give a damn that Kenya brought her baby and I left my baby at home. The one thing I would be pissed off is this a girl's trip and I left my baby at home and I got to listen to her crying ass baby all week. That would be the no ma'am. But let's move on. And that was it. That was it. Y'all get in the comments and let me know what the episode gave you. Where bravo pay NeNe. Bravo pay NeNe. Because we need somebody at least to bring something. The foolery, the foolishness, the one-liners, the comedy. Next week, Drew gonna shout out she from Chicago. Y'all already know how I feel about shouting out. People shouting out where they from. People in Chicago get their ass whooped all the time. Okay, girl, you from Chicago, but what you gonna do? What you gonna do? You in South Carolina right now. What you gonna do? I do want to know why she's shouting that out. Maybe we'll get a little bit of spice. But aha, y'all tricked us many times this season. I'm sure you will trick us again. Anyway, like, comment, share. Go ahead and hit subscribe. I would like to be... Shut up, Angie. But anyway, go ahead and hit subscribe. And I will see you all next week. All right? Bye.